Okay, so we're basically, if the district has this many classrooms overall and RBC has a total of 10, we've got roughly the same proportion of classrooms to kids overall. And then you could say, well, we don't want to use all our classrooms as teaching stations, we want to use only some of them. So the district has expressed that it only chooses to use 55, right, as teaching stations.
Somehow they come up with a 0.4.
Yeah, 55.4.
Yeah.
So if you divide that out, it comes out to approximately 22.2 students per classroom, right? And when you have that many as homeroom classrooms, right? And you do the same thing for RVC, 137.8 divided by approximately 6 teaching stations is what they allocated to us. And again, that comes out to about 22.9. So it's just a tiny bit more, but roughly the same proportion of students per classroom. Right, so I just want to point out that we are not asking for kind of more classroom space per kid. These are fundamentally the same rough ratios. And what happens between this total number of classrooms of the district and this number of homeroom classrooms is just fully a management decision that the district makes.
So the
It chooses,
the 55 is just for district students, correct?
that's the district's
So the
total
building
students,
district.
and the total number of
Those
homeroom
include out of
classrooms.
district students as well.
Yeah, they probably have some out of district students.
So the district could have class sizes anywhere between 22 and 13.6. They could adjust depending on how many teachers they want to hire.
So they choose to provide less than 90 classrooms, and then that should be the same ratio for what is provided to the charter.
Yeah, you,
Okay, so-
in addition, you're missing,
There's
you're
no,
missing
no,
one
no, no.
ratio.
Yeah, there's public comment time and then there's.
Okay, but you're
board
missing a ratio that I'm curious if you have that ratio, which is, what's the ratio of,
Okay.
if you're going to the left
I'm gonna
of
stop.
non-dedicated classrooms? Can you do that
Okay.
ratio?
It would be just the exact, I mean, it would be the converse.
If you add in
Why,
the special.
why the
education,
objection to
not all
6
the
classrooms then if that's the same as what the district allocates for teaching
Well,
stations?
because that's only teaching stations. The district has another 35,
Is-
35
That-
classrooms that it's using for art, music, all this other stuff that it's just choosing to ignore
How many
in its
out-of-district kids
allocation
go
to
in
RBC.
those
So
for?
it's just saying
Is
all
what we
you
wanna
get is
know.
the 6 and no space for art, music, special ed, anything else.
So if you
And so
look
that
at
would be
the,
like the equivalent of us saying, well, okay, district, you should only have 55 homeroom classrooms and then no other classrooms to do anything with your kids. Currently, the district is using 38% of its classrooms, is the other 35 classrooms here, so 90 minus 55, 35 classrooms.
Does-
Are,
do the
it's
two
using for
organizations,
this specialized purposes.
in terms of the numbers that people agree on, I think everybody's agreed on the 138 and the 1223 is, do both sides agree on the 90?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
It's a district
They
number.
provided that document to us.
So
No,
they're
they
taking
provided
these,
it to the
these
board.
35 classrooms and
They
they're
provided
saying.
under PR, under
Yes.
public records, or you guys have
Yes,
agreed
under
to it?
public
It was in a board presentation.
That's like
So that hasn't
all
been
the
agreed to
space
by
that
the
the district
district.
owns.
Well, it's their number. It's not like they have
It's
to
their
agree to it.
blueprints, it's their plan.
It's their number.
this is,
So
this is,
that's the
Okay.
issue,
I'm
is
gonna,
that
I can end
ignored
it.
the
I can,
35
this is exactly what we talked about
classrooms.
last
Right.
2 weeks, and this is what I thank Ms. Kimball for, and it's totally understood. These are two perspectives, two sides of the table, see it in opposite ways. It's not gonna be discussed tonight, it's not gonna be agreed upon tonight. Nobody's right particularly or wrong, and if you wanna go to court to have a judge decide it, that may be the only way to figure out if we should use the left side or the right. That's the only way to figure it out.
And I think that that's what we're acknowledging is that we, after talking and using numbers, cannot come to an agreement on it. And that probably the most likely helpful thing to everyone in the end will be to have a judgment made on it by someone who can take a look at the data and make that determination and then tell both parties how it should be allocated.
And the issue is,
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you to stop now,
I got
because we have other questions.
So